Facebook's open to more interactive chatbots, Twitter changes the rules on what you can say, and Snapchat is deep linking. All that and more coming up on Social Marketing Cluster Facts. Happy New Year and welcome to Social Marketing Cluster Facts. I'm Leah Scudamore from AIMCLEAR at our studio in Duluth, Minnesota. Every week we're going to give you a social scene in 5 minutes or less to keep you up to date on what's happening, so let's dive in. Facebook is allowing developers to build interactive chatbots that permit users to receive information, shop, and pay for services all within Messenger. Much like the recent integration of Uber's cab services, this could change Facebook's Messenger app into a full-blown commerce tool. Users can look forward to never having to leave their Messenger app or talk to a real person in order to get what they want. Some major tech companies like Facebook, Apple, and Amazon have gone public with their employee demographics. Pinterest hired Candace Morgan, who spent nearly a decade at a New York-based Catalyst Inc., a nonprofit that helps build more inclusive workplace cultures, as its first head of diversity. Pinterest is aiming for its pool of newly hired engineers to include 30% of women and draw at least 8% from underrepresented minorities, still a major imbalance, but a big improvement on tech's prevailing demographics. Snapchat has added the ability for publishers to link directly to their discovered content. They're calling the feature deep linking, which will allow publishers to link to a specific page on their discovered profiles rather than a home or landing page. Box tested the feature on Tuesday by tweeting a link to its discovered content about World AIDS Day. Good news for all those craving VR content. Remember when we were telling you about YouTube's rollout of 360-degree video? Well, socialmediaexaminer.com stated Google recently added a series of interactive virtual reality stories to the social video platform. Many of the stories are from Google Spotlight Story app, and they range from pretty eerie to cute. Once you slap on your Google Cardboard or VR headset, you are set smack in the center of the new world and can gaze at the wonderful environments all while the story unfolds around you. Just think, one day you might get to walk around in a sea of people trying to find Waldo. They're back! PolitiWhoops is posting politicians' deleted tweets once again. Months ago, we reported that API access to the US and 30 other countries had been revoked. Now they're back and wasting no time restoring our memories of tweets by people like Donald Trump that are offensive, stupid, and sexist. There are some doozies, so check them out in the links below. The Blue Birdie is working to limit harassment among users on Twitter. Twitter says it won't allow behavior that crosses the line of hate, harassment, intimidation, or fear to silence based on race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religion, age, disability, or disease. Also, they'll now attempt to reach out to those who have threatened suicide or self-harm to provide guidance and support. Next, they broadened the description of violence to include threatening or promoting terrorism. If you don't adhere to the new changes, you will be locked out temporarily or permanently suspended. So basically, be nice and tweet with a little RESPCT. Twitter is beta testing new conversational ads that they say take it a step further by including CTA buttons with customizable hashtags that encourage consumer engagement. When a CTA button is tapped, the Twitter composer opens a pre-populated brand message accompanied by the creative and hashtag buttons. Users can then personalize the tweet and share it with their followers. The new tweet appears to the user's followers in their timelines and includes the brand's original photo or video. Twitter is playing with the idea of 10,000 character limit instead of the 140 it currently sports. Hold up, the definition of a tweet is to talk lightly and rapidly, especially of trivial matters. 10,000 characters, some love the idea and others say save it for War and Peace. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below. Also, we polled the office here and the responses were as follows. I'm outraged. That totally destroys the sexy part of Twitter. I'd be surprised if they did. You better get me into bed with 140 or I'm not reading it. I don't use Twitter, so I don't care. I like it for fast and that kills fast. I don't care enough to read more than 140. I vow to only read 140 characters. Just start a Twitter blog platform. Facebook rules! Essentially, 10,000 seems a little excessive, but it could be a ploy to get people to spend more time on Twitter and not leave. What is it, WordPress now? And that does it for this episode of Social Marketing Cluster Facts. You can check out the links to this week's articles below. Check out the AIMCLEAR blog for more of what we do. I'm Leah Scudamore. We look forward to seeing you soon.